So after yesterday's weather making me completely change my plans, it's time to get back on the road and head to Saint-Valery-sur-Somme. So like I say, today we're heading to Saint-Valery-sur-Somme. And basically now it's time to give myself that little bit of space, reflect on the trip that I've done. I've got 2 nights left before I travel home. So it's just time to process everything I've seen and everything I've done now, really. And we're going to take a look around that area. And I think there's some Commonwealth graves and stuff like that. But it's taken me back to, I suppose, the Somme area near the start of the journey and where we all started off. A bit further out from Sunken Lane, but it's only about an hour and a bit from Calais. So it gives me good preparation ready for the return journey. But today, what a difference in weather. Now, we did have rain all night, but I didn't have the wind, and I'm on hard standing, so I know I can get off. So as you can see, it's a little bit wet. I mean, it's actually quite warm. There's a few grey clouds out there, but most of them are pretty white and clearing up. And to be fair, looking over that way, it's completely blue skies. But the rain only stopped about 5, 6 o'clock this morning, so it was a noisy one last night. But yeah, I've only got the loo to change, and then that's it. I ain't got to do water services or anything today. That was all done yesterday morning. But I'm all packed up. Don't take long, to be fair. So just packing the kettle away, lock the tables, got to spin the chairs around. So yesterday we went all through the night and the day. I did drive down here, so it was about an hour driving to charge the battery a little bit, which put me back onto 97%. Getting solar now. We didn't get any yesterday. We're now on 84%, so there's still 445 amp hours of usable power in my battery. So loads of power, ideal. Fridge running on gas, don't take a lot of gas, and I haven't really needed the heating. I turned the heating on just to take the nip out the air in the morning, but other than that, it's quite nice. So they can travel on the bed, put my laptop away. Yeah, good to go. That's us, we are off. We are on the road again. Now, paying at the machine, I parked near the machine and went to pay, but actually you get an extra ticket to scan on the way out, so I'm assuming you get a set amount of time to leave. So you can just go and get your ticket or pay for your stay, get the ticket, go back to the van, and then pull off, drive off, and got everything else you need to do done. So I'm going to be enjoying the sunshine on this 2-hour drive now. Here she is again, the big double bridge. But the weather is so much calmer today, so I feel ready for it today. Oh, there's even a push bike going over, I think. Wow. Yeah. Look at that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I don't know about the hill part, mind. All right, let's just get out of their way. I want to be knocking them off the bridge, eh? Well done, guys. Don't look down. That's another point, actually. When you get past this point and heading that way, then you've got all the electronic toll systems now. And Sanef.com, so SANEF.com is the website you go to. You can go on there as a guest, put in your number plate in it and tell you if you've hit any tolls and what the cost is. And I believe you've got 72 hours to pay for them. You probably will get a prompted some form, but it's easier just to go on there. I think I used them on the way out and it cost me about €15 a total on the different roads, so just be aware of the electronic tolls now. Not far to go now, but look at this bridge. It's a bit like the old Pegasus Bridge, isn't it? Similar in some ways. Slightly different, I think, but there's a few bridges down there. What a lovely little stop this is. I say little, it's actually quite big. I'll take you outside quickly just to show you. I love it when I can find spots like this. So I'm at the end where I can put my door to this side. That's absolutely perfect. Let's shut that. But you've got the area down there. You've got an area down there. You've got all round back here. 2 service waste drops. I think the Elson must be there in fresh water. And then you've got all this space here. And believe it or not, it's reasonably flat. I didn't have to actually go much on the suspension. Didn't change much at all. So it's ideal. And if you look up there, blue skies. There is a little nip in the air, unfortunately, and we're in May as well, but I would have thought it would have warmed up by now. But I will be getting my bike out. There's a few things I'm going to see. Plus there's a Lidl's literally just about a mile down the road. Could have stopped in there, but yeah, I'm just going to pop in just to grab a couple of bits. Ruby's looking a little bit fly swept at the moment. Yeah, I'll get all them off before I travel back, but I'm here for 2 nights. So plenty of time. I will have to have my jacket on though. Shorts are staying on. Right, I need to just quickly sort this fan out. Oh, let's get the power on. What's the battery state? Oh, 99%. We've got 22.35 amps coming in, 23.5 amps coming in. That'll be 100% then. Water pump's on. Okay, 25% waste, 50, that's plenty. Happy with that. And the fridge can, even though it's on auto, it does take time to get back over to the gas, so I'm just going to flick it back onto the gas. It don't look like there's any electric here. I can't see any electric points, but if there is electric, it might be in different areas of the site, and I will point that out. So as it stands, no electric. Today is about unwinding, it's about processing, and to talk to you a little bit about therapy. Now, the therapy I've been through is a lot of different types, but the therapy I'm doing now is post-traumatic growth therapy. So it's a way of just pushing your limits a little bit more. And that's why I use this camera. So I use the camera as therapy. It helps me get out, it helps me push my limits that little bit more so I can tolerate it that little bit better. So just so you get an understanding, YouTube for me is not only my hobby, it's my therapy. I'm able to sit there and edit to have something positive to focus on. So that's the sort of therapy I'm doing now. Veterans in Action as a charity actually promote post-traumatic growth, and all their activities are really evolved around post-traumatic growth. There's a lot more to it. So if you are having struggles, it's just something to consider. Some people do modelling. It's something to focus on, but with the camera work and getting out, it actually makes me do something rather than just sit in the van. Because the motorhome for me is a safe way of travelling, because I've got everything I need with me. I've got my safe space. I can put the blinds up and then I'm in my own little area. And yeah, I just look at it as my safe space. So we're going to go out, explore a bit of this area today because it looked a really nice village and everything when I came in. And we'll see if there's any sort of war history stuff within this area. I'm just glad I'm here and I'm looking forward to the day now. There's your 2 drive over wastes. And that would be your Elson side, the other side being fresh water. Ideal. It's got a bit of a runoff though on the slope. Look at all these pitches. So it starts all the way from down there. That's a nice little secluded area down there. And all the way over there. And further behind that, I think. Now I need to work out how you pay. So I probably will need my card. Do you pay first to see if there's any English? Pay for your parking. Please, the green button. Enter your reg. So LF54. T-O-R. So I'm basically just punching the numbers there. So I press that one, that changed it to English. So I'll validate. Amount to pay €3. So cancel. So I'll pay on leaving. Right, helmet's on, so I'm getting ready to go. But yes, so you pay as long as you've got to leave before 12, and it's €12 for 24 hours. Ain't bad. But there is a map here of different places you can go. So there is campsites on there as well, different ports. How cool is that? Well, it's taking me down off the road and down a track. A little bit bumpy for this bike, but it ain't too bad. And as you can see, I've got my helmet on because I don't know where this bike ride's going to take me today. Wouldn't say it's great for your vehicle, but dog walkers seem to love it down here. But look at the open land. Absolutely beautiful, these areas. I may just have to check that out on the way back. I'm sure the motorhome will fit under there, and I'll need to get it clean for Newbury. Ideal. Well, that's Lidl's done. All behind me there, you can easily get access for the motorhome. It has got a sign that I might have to translate there. I'm not really sure what that means, so it saves me translating. I think it's just about parking. So maybe just to do your shopping. Right, not far, back down this way. We dump off the stuff and then get back out. Well, definitely not short of horses here. I love the little train tracks like this. We've got the little barriers. Is that one pregnant? Wow, that's big. It could be pregnant, couldn't it? I'm now on foot, and as you leave the site, centre of the village is that way. So I've put my shades on because it is sunny, but I thought I'd go out on foot because I checked on Google Maps for where the beach area is and on the river and all that sort of stuff, and it's only about a 15-minute walk. So I used the bike basically to get over to Lidl and back again quite quickly. Yeah, so it shouldn't be too far down here really, but it's very peaceful. Quite a few vans here. Spotted a couple of English vans, but not many. Lovely properties down here. That's nice. Nice big garden at the back there as well, and the front. I think I'm heading to a place called the Door of the Nether. I will correct myself if I'm wrong when I get there. But I was just thinking how peaceful and quiet it is around here. I'm definitely in for a good peaceful sleep tonight, I reckon, the next couple of nights. Ah, so I've just come across a cemetery. But I have seen a British flag, so you've got the French flag flying there, and you've got the Union Jack and Canadian flag and French flag over there. That is actually a memorial in memory of the firefighters. Look how well kept and good they are, how big they are. I wonder if they're family plots or singles. Yes, some of them, there's families there. There's loads of flags flying over there. Wow, it goes all the way down there. This plot here is massive. It goes pretty far down there. So I don't know if I can have a look down there from here, and you might have to go round. Oh, this is where it's kept. So this is, well, in memory of the soldiers that fought in the Somme. So I believe this is the memorial ground from 7 Commonwealth soldiers from the First World War. Mainly died of injuries or illness, but there was no massive battle here. There was a bit of battle, but nothing massive. And another 10 Commonwealth from the Second World War. They died during the Battle of France 1940. And I believe there's some French war graves here as well. So it's nice that they're still got the graves, and they even got the flags flying here, where on the Canadian side of things before, as you know, a lot of flags weren't flying. So I wonder where it goes up there. This place is absolutely massive. So you come up the top here and you've got all these as well. This place is big. So I'm going to head back down and yeah, check out that. I'm glad I found the gravestones though, of the British, Canadians and French troops. Do you know, I'm sure I've been saying this place wrong. Now, is it Saint-Valery-sur-Somme or is it Saint-Valery-sur-Somme? My pronunciation with stuff ain't always that great, unfortunately, so I think it's Saint-Valery-sur-Somme. Yeah, just correct me in the comments, and if I have got the original pronunciation wrong, I do apologise. It is a tribute to 1914 to 1918. Also, you have got some other names there from different years. So we're going into the Second World War. You've got the First World War. We've got 1914. As the years go on. And it overlooks the graveyard. So it's just right up in the corner there where the Commonwealth graves are. A lovely building there as well. I think now I'm heading into the older part. So we've got the cobble streets back again now. The older looking buildings. Stunning. All the different shutters on them. I'm only like one street back now from the main road. It's amazing what you can find just a couple of streets in or a street in. I don't mean the look of all the houses, but it's starting to remind me a little bit of like Spain, because things can be very, very quiet. And around here is pretty quiet. Oh, just look at the beauty on that. Oh, it's a massive church here. So there you go, Doors of Nevers. I'm assuming this is the way inside the old city. As early as the 11th century, the old city was surrounded by ramparts and a moat. The entrances were protected by a drawbridge. At the top of the hill, the main entrance was located at the towers. Below, along the banks, Porte de Nevers was restored to its previous state after the 1940 bombing raids. I'm going to take a look up here and then probably head back down this way to the town. I just want to see what's up the top there. Stunning building though, or stunning archway shall we say. It even goes off up there. Let's take a little look up here first. It's like a viewpoint. Oh wow, ooh, a bit high. Look at that. Oh, they say you can get really good views to the Somme River. And there it is. Well, that ain't far away from the site at all. We will go down to check that out on a more sensible level. That's a beautiful house. Is that a garage under there? It's like a 3-width garage, 3-car width. Now, I see they're doing some work on the church, some restoration. Maybe you could have walked around that way beforehand. So we go back down and round. You can see why it's in need of restoration. This must be like a sandstone, so it's obviously been wearing away. That one's for you, Jodie. Yes, I touched the stone. But look at the traditional buildings. And the main reason I come back up this way is because I see all the flags flying. Now, I didn't see the British one. So if we go and stand in here and then turn around, literally right outside the church there. And that clock is right. Let's see if we can find out why the flags are flying over here. Now I reckon it's because there's another lookout and you can see even better over the river. Check that view out. That is quite a drop down there, like. I'm going to poke the camera over the edge so I can have a little look later. Ooh, I think they're like stairs going down or something. Not for me. So over there is probably an official building. It's, what's that on the roof? Is that a foghorn? We will check that building out actually, just to see what it says on the wall, because there is a big board, so I'm assuming it's giving you information. I think this is sort of like animal rescue type thing, or some form of protection for the animals and stuff around the Somme River. But it says Mason France Services, so not overly sure if that's just a company or if it is some official thing. Another thing, put it in the comments if you know. Like I say, when you go around these places, you blink, you might miss, but that is a side on from the Somme River view of the church. And you can actually go into this bit anyway. It's all black through there. A variety of shops down here selling souvenirs, I think. Some clues, but pledge is this way, apparently. Look at the size of that house. Right, you won't be able to bring your motorhome, not to park it along here anyway, height barriered. Well, this is the Somme River. Houses and stuff along there, I think. The big promenade. Got 4 swans down there, and all them white specks over there. There's loads of swans along here. So I'm not sure what way the beach is. That's the town, I believe, down that way. Okay, so the beach is the opposite way to the town, so I'm going to head down to the beach just to check out and see what the Somme River beach is like. I was up there earlier. Some of these buildings down here are absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Good views as well, and just through there, that's where the flags were flying. I'm going to take a seat and just ponder for a minute. I was just thinking, how long ago was it I actually got ill? It was probably about 10 years prior to diagnosis. Then the whole journey after that to today. So we're probably looking at plus 20 years is my original illness started. God, that's just hard to believe. You know, over 20 years now. And I still do therapy now and again, as and when needed. I'm in a position now where I'm in France, talking to you guys on the camera. God, it's been a long process, but it's going to be forevermore. So it's kind of a thing you get used to. But it's not just about me getting used to it. It's actually taken that long for me to actually share my story outside the world of therapists. And therapists, they've got most of it, probably not all of it. And to be fair, you don't really understand the story of what created the illness. All I can say is multiple tours of Afghanistan and a tour of Iraq. I think that's enough. Oh, there you go, there's the beach. A little bit windy down here. Looks like you've got a restaurant thing there, some toilets and some beach huts there. Now they look quite fun. But yeah, it's quite a big beach. It looks to me obviously like a man-made beach. Yeah, it don't look like a beach that was there by nature, that's for sure. Right, this is giving you an idea of where things are. So north is right over that way. So we're going back up this way now. This looks like a little bit of fun, doesn't it? I see the standard poles up there and I thought, oh, what's that? But it's actually a mini golf course, crazy golf type thing. Now, can you pick up the swans yet? I've never seen so many swans in an area together, to be honest. Absolutely loads of them. It's got to be swan season. I think there's some sort of monument up there, but I think up that way is the port. So I'm going to check out the port. This must be like the village area, I would have thought. There's a little tut-tut coming down here. You might get tut-tut rides. How cool is that? He's off. Yeah, you get a tour. It's actually a marker, not a memorial one or anything. But you've got all the mud flats there. So I wonder where it goes off going that way. You had mountains in the back, it'd be like the Helmand River. Thought I'd come off the promenade bit because looking through these little streets and through there, it looks like there's something to see. Maybe like a castle or something. Well, it's taking me up quite quickly, quite high. I think there's a chapel over here, so I'm going to have a quick look at that and then head back down. Very old, Gothic looking. Oh, very good. It's quite modern at the front, man. I did think it'd be better looking than that. I did think it'd be more of a spectacular building when I see the sign. If anyone out there has got any questions of my journey, my story, then you are more than welcome to ask in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. If I feel it's something I can't answer, I will say that as well. But there's no harm in asking. Must be a bridge or something somewhere, because you can get over there. There seems to be benches and stuff. Maybe at the port a bit further down this way. There you go. There's the port. Been out a while now and time is getting on, so I'm going to leave exploring the port area. There's a few more in the bits in the village I want to explore, and obviously I'll take you guys with me. This is my last stop before getting back to Calais and then get crossing over, ready for the Newbury Festival. So on the next vlog then we're going to just dive deeper into this village, this area, and or this port, shall we say, and check it out, and I suppose start to get ready for that journey home. I'd like to say thanks to everyone that supports and subscribes, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, bye. Steep but lovely street.